What's up, everybody? This is a Sparrow with a Gun from Sleepless Nights, and we are actually back on the FTB server because I had a big announcement to make. Did a lot of updates. I apologize for the frames. I don't know why I get such bad frame rate in my storage room here. It's probably all the Zycraft blocks or just all the crap I've got going on top. I get much better frame rates out in the wild, but I have to show you a big project that I finished. Are you ready? Ready? Ta-da! No more button. No more button. It's a pressure plate. Oh yeah, I know. Stunning. Took hours. Hours of work. I mean, I had to go all the way over here. I had to grab 2 pieces of obsidian, 4 pieces of obsidian. I mean, oh my gosh. It took forever. So much work. You don't even know. I'm done. I'm sorry. No, I did actually make some progress though. Are you ready? Close your eyes. Close them. Are they closed? Okay. No peeking. No peeking. Alright, just because I don't trust you. Alright? Right? Ready? And... well, we're gonna fly up for a minute. Alright. Ready? And... open them up! Ta-da! Oh, sorry. So the floor is pretty much done. The first floor. I don't even want to think about doing this more than one time. I did leave this open because it's still not finished. Like, this isn't going to be where the matter fabricator stays and yada yada yada, but it's working right now and it's where the lightning rod is at the moment, so I didn't feel like moving all that yet. So it's staying where it is and I didn't fill all that in. This was also still the beta base. If you've been keeping up with my How to Train Your Turtle episodes, you'll know what that is. That's making pretty good progress, though. I'm happy with where it is. Everything else seems to be working pretty good. I still don't quite know what the frames is. It's probably all these beehives or all these red power engines or something, because I think I'm running like 15 here or something, but when I get way out here, right about there, here, it goes like 25 and it's like back to normal kind of thing. But that room is just a terrible frames room, so I'm going to try and stay away from it for this episode. I do have a couple of things that are going to be changed, which kind of sucks. The walls here, I think, no, I didn't do these right. I had originally planned to kind of model it after the storage room and do floor, 1, 2, 3 space, and then ceiling, right? So you have three high walking room. I figured, you know, you've seen the storage room. It's not too condensed or whatnot. But I've noticed that there's a lot of things that won't fit in a 3 high room. These tanks, if I do the Zycraft tanks that are bigger, they definitely won't fit unless I make them the smaller tanks. But if I do the full like 12 by 12s, those definitely won't fit in a 3 by 3 or a 3 high room. My nether portal over here won't even fit in the 3 high room the way I designed it. Once it actually loads over here. Come on. Come on. There we go. You can see that won't even fit in a 3 high space because these scaffold pieces are 3 high. Yeah, not going to work. You may be wondering about this glass. This is all glass. This I'm going to have to take down, but really it's because this scaffolding stuff, it's weird. Like if this were just open space and it went out, it would only go like 2 or 3 blocks before you couldn't put any more, and then you'd have to support it or put something under it. And so I figured I'm going to have to lay this out and then put scaffolding over top to do the ceiling. Well, I didn't want cobble or something, even though I have a crap load of it, for the sheer purpose of it would spawn mobs. It would make everything all dark. And I don't have enough resources yet to do all of these lights everywhere, otherwise the whole floor would be lit up by the lights. So I was like, what won't they spawn on? And I was looking on the wiki and I found out that transparent blocks mobs won't spawn on, which obviously glass is a transparent block. And because of the way with all the machines in FTB, I can take all that extra cobble I have, macerate it to sand, and then furnace it to glass. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and I was just going to lay out a platform and then lay the scaffold on top of it, and, you know, Bob's your uncle. But as I was talking with Base, because he's better at beautifying than I am. I'm more efficient at just making things work, you know, in more like as compact a space as possible. But he's better at making everything look nice and symmetrical and everything. So I was pulling his input and help, and he mentioned, since you have so many things that won't fit in a 3 high, and I've mapped it out here. That's not a very well lit. I don't really have a good place to show you, but you can see these little notches that I've laid out. One there, one there, one there, there, and so on. Those were laid out for the floor, and then this top one is going to be like a maintenance floor where I'm going to have all my industrial craft wiring and everything like that. Because, funny little tidbit, this construction foam is actually turning out to be a better idea than I originally thought, and the reason is there's a couple of different reasons. One, I can reuse the scaffolding. I know I was going to try and stay out of this room, but I need to get back to my main house for a second. Oh yeah, and my bees, my iridium bees up top, holy crap, right? So remember we talked about that fusion reactor project and yada yada yada? Ready? Ready? Wha-bam! Look at the iridium. Oh. And I've actually pulled a stack here because I'm going to try and make, as you can tell from the components and my bar here, I'm working on trying to put a ultimate hybrid panel here to help power. I put an extra set of engines. Why are you stopped? Why are you... Oh, the animation's glitched, maybe? Are they overheated? No fuel. Current output for... It's outputting? That's weird. Yeah, it's outputting. Funky. So... Oof. Okay, I'm not gonna mess with that. But anyways, the engines, I've added a couple of engines here because my my bee machines were just draining this thing dry. They pull so much power. So I made a couple more upgraded electrical engines and hooked them in, which isn't bad. These are still keeping up very well. See, that one's still got power. That one's still got power. These two and this one are dumping into that and stuff. So, and some of these are going to my downstairs power units too, so this one's probably dead. So they're not doing bad. I mean, in the day and stuff, they've still got power, and this runs almost 24/7, it seems like. But I still would like to put an ultimate either here or over there to increase production on the MJs for either the UU matter production or the MJs for the B machines and whatnot. What did I go in there to grab? Oh, wire. That's what I went to go in to grab. So the there's 3 main factors. I just did this so I wouldn't mix up my iridium for different things, and I know what's allocated for what. I am still planning on working on the fusion reactor, but I'm still gathering resources. Surprisingly, Ruby... what is my ruby dust at now? Where did I put that? Is that over here? Maybe. Over here? Here. So my ruby dust and copper, believe it or not. I think I need more copper than anything else for this project. If I did my math correctly, I need like 9,000 plus copper to do what I want to do for this machine thing. It's ridiculous. When I actually get all the stuff, and I'm working on making some copper bees actually, I have way more iridium than I need right now at the moment. can never have too much total, but at the moment. So eventually I'm going to swap out... I don't know if I ever showed this or not, but these are the iridium bees right now, or platinum. My bad. Oof, frames. I'm sorry. This is terrible. But maybe if I turn the particles down, maybe all these bees flying around here is what's chewing up my frame rate. I'll have to play around with that a little bit. But anyways, these, I think it's 4, 4, 16 platinum bees making iridium. These were all, I'm pretty sure I showed this, but I don't remember, so I'm going to do it anyway. I think this is electrum, titanium, steel, or tungsten, maybe? That's steel, that's tungsten. Whoa! What the frick was that? Emerald and ruby. What just blew up? A creeper? Seriously? Man. Why do you have to do that? Why'd you do that? The mob spawning has been strange as all get out in here. It's gone from like... I went 3 days on the server without seeing a single slime, zombie, anything, and then last night I saw like everything under the sun. It was weird. Anyways, but construction foam, obviously you can reuse it, so I can make like one set of, or like a turtle's worth, so I think it's like 14, 15, 16, something like that, stacks of scaffolding, and it can go through and lay down everything. And then I can go back and foam it all, and I get the 16 whatever scaffolding back. So that's a benefit, that you can actually make one set and you can basically pick it all back up after using it again, so you don't have to have your, you know, it's not like cobble where you need that many blocks type of thing. You only need like one turtle load, and then you can do a bunch of stuff. The other benefit is, since I'm pretty sure I have shown it in a video. If not, please let me know and I will show it and explain it. But I have basically a construction foam production line with 3 different types of bees, and it goes through and basically makes construction foam constantly. I almost have half of a crystal chest full of construction foam pellets. Eat something. So you can basically, with bees and stuff, construction foam is basically a renewable resource, and then actually with bees, scaffolding is a renewable resource, because I have made timber bees now, which make, we're going to go back into the frame rate killer room here. Timbered bees make this stuff, this wood pulp. And then the pulp can be made into the plates if you compress it, and that can be used in, I believe, don't quote me on it, I don't want somebody yelling at me for like, hey, you said this and it didn't work on my build, but it will make, let me think, I think it's any recipe that requires wood planks in the recipe for like building, you can substitute planks for, I think. I think so. Yeah. Alright, sorry about that. I had to let my dog out. He was whining at my door. So it basically allows me to, instead of having to use wood planks all the time for making sticks or, you know, building or whatever, it lets you save all of your planks for building instead of crafting, and you can use planks or plates that come from the timbered bees for all the crafting stuff. So between the timbered bees and then I think it's river... and not energetic. Wait, is it energetic? Yes, energetic. Wait, no. Yeah. River, energetic, and... oh, man, what is it? Fossiled? No. Maybe. I don't remember. There's 3 different kinds of bees. One makes clay, one makes redstone, and one makes coal dust. And you can use that to, I think I've covered this in a video, but again, if not, feel free to comment that I haven't, and I will show it in a future video. But basically, you can make construction foam easily with bees. You only need like 1 set of each bee, and then you have timbered bees make wood, and you can make scaffolding and construction foam. So it's renewable, and obviously with this much room, I need a renewable space. Like yeah, it takes a lot to fill this kind of crap in. The other is once it hardens, I've never tested this before, and I probably should at some point. Actually, you know what? We might go ahead and do that today. Yeah. What do we need? 4 sand and 5 gunpowder. We're going to make a TNT because I think it sounds like ludicrous. I mean, it's just crazy talk. Do I really not have a... Oh, there it is. Couldn't find my project table in all this clutter. Supposedly, construction foam, once it has hardened, is supposed to be able to withstand a TNT blast. That's what I was told, or that's what I read on the wiki. Whether or not it's true, we're gonna find out right now. So the other main benefits. So the one is renewable. The one is that it's supposed to stand up against. Don't mind me, I can't talk. It's supposed to stand up against. Is that indigo? No way. Is it? That isn't. I need these. I need like 4 of them. Let's just grab more anyway. It's like one of the few items I only needed 4 of for the fusion reactor. I couldn't find any to save my life. But the other thing, and I don't know quite how this works, is if it's here or if you have to place it first. We're gonna find out. But supposedly, yeah, I reorganized my, Oh, wait a minute. That's not supposed to go anywhere. I don't think I have indigo flowers. I don't know, maybe I just didn't have enough. Supposedly you can put it over... You can! Well, I'll be dip. Look at that. You can put it over, industrial craft wiring. How neat is that? Oh, and it hardens. Or it's not hard, but you can walk on the cord, the wire there. So, and it can still connect to things. So, like if I put, like an MFE, actually, you know what? I think I have one of those. Oh, don't have my jetpack on. Look at me with my family. We'll give it time to dry anyway. So yeah, it's supposed to be heavily blast resistant. You can cover up EU wires, industrial craft wiring. So that's going to be really fun because it means I can set up a bunch of machines and stuff with the wire, but it doesn't have to... What did I come back here for? Wow. Total. Oh, I have an MFE somewhere that I was getting ready to make an MFSU of, and then I didn't have enough resources. We're gonna sleep. It is night. No, it's night, you stupid... Let me sleep. Let me sleep. What time is it? It's like 35, I think. 18:35, it'll let you sleep. Boom. No? Boom. Yep. Something like that. So I've been told that if I were to plug in this MFE next to the construction foam, it should still be power. It should still power. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm just an idiot. I'm taking an MFE over there with no power source. Go me! I'm gonna steal from this, actually. Since this is kind of secondary power and I don't really need it. Go down. We'll just grab this wire. Um, give me one of these. Nope. I need that. Okay. I was gonna say, I know I can grab you. Alright. So you got a solar panel. Oh, you know what? This might blow it up. Crap. Dang it. I'll have to grab this MFE, or MFSU. I don't think it's got any storage in it anyway. We'll have to grab one that has no power storage. This one's storing. That's not. Grab you. Move this. This. Because otherwise it would just blow up in our face, which would not be fun. So yeah, the more I found out about it, the more I think I did it originally because it was just a renewable resource that I actually liked the look of after I edited the texture pack. For those of you that aren't aware, I did modify the texture pack. It's oh, see, this is what it's supposed to look like, not what's down in my base. So we'll place that there. And then put this... Don't blow up! Okay. See? Storing power. So it's storing power. That's so cool! No wires necessary. Or seen, I should say. So if we were to pick this up and put it over here. See? How cool is that? Alright, but see, this is the texture I used, and this is the default. I haven't modified. I guess there's a different texture for the wet and solid construction foam when it's got a cable under it versus the regular. This is actually from the Sortex pack. I pulled this out of Sortex. It's the only texture that I modified was the hardened construction foam textures. Everything else is the default FTB, yeah. What's the pack that I'm using again? Man, that's bad. What am I using? Sphax, the Sphax Pure BD Craft. Everything else is the stock FTB mod packs and patches and whatnot. But that one, I've voiced before, I wanted a mad science lab type look, like a, you know, some kind of underground Area 51 type science lab. And everything that I found that looked like tile wasn't renewable. Like, aluminum blocks were cool, but it's like the one thing in FTB that bees won't make. Not aluminum, the blue stuff, but like aluminum, the white Zycraft mod. I know that they're probably the same thing spelled differently, but I say them differently so that I remember which one is which, and it's, you know, one's aluminum and one's aluminum, and that, because the one has, an extra I, so it's like aluminum, and then aluminium. See, there's like an extra I, so it probably is the same word, just, you know, two different people's opinions on how it should be spelled, I guess. Look at all this indigo flower. I can't believe oh my gosh. I needed this for, like, years. And see, it's like even the marble, it doesn't look bad, but it's still got that jagged, like, broken texture, and it doesn't really, not that, you know, it's a bad, I love Sphax as a texture pack, but because it's more comic booky, or whatever, cartoony, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't have a lot of the very sharp, clean, like, tile type of look. There's my stuff. So I wanted, like, more like this, and when you paint this white, ooh, you've seen it in the floor of my base, it looks like like, definitely a sterile, white, tiled, lab type environment, which is exactly what I wanted, but I was experimenting with different texture packs, and I found the Sortex one, and I was like, wow, this is cool. This is what I want. This is what I've been looking for. And construction foam is renewable, so I was like, yeah, let's do this. And so then I was like, well, how? I don't want to use the whole Sortex texture pack though. I like Sphax. So then basically I went into the actual two files and ed, edited it, edited it, so that it looks more like this. And I like it a lot better. I think it looks way more lab, like especially white. When you paint it white, it looks so military mad science lab thing, like that sterile tiled, just generic type look. Looks really cool for that idea. And Base has given me a lot of cool ideas. Again, he's a better beautifier than I am. Would you harden already? I want this one block to harden, and we want to try the TNT on it. But I want to make sure the cable won't get hurt. Or at least hope it won't get hurt. It's like watching paint dry, almost literally. So, essentially, I wanted something like this to where it would look clean and sterile and whatnot. But he gave me a lot of... I was thinking, I don't want it to just be a big block room. Like, how do I make it look cooler and look more, this is for this room, this is for this room, this is this section of the lab. Almost like the different farms and tanks and all that would be different experiments was kind of the vibe I wanted to go with, was when you came down there it would look like, this is all the experiments on bees and you got the inoculators and, the gene pools and BNA and all this kind of stuff, and it would look really like a science lab and doing experiments on things. Clean rooms and stuff. I actually want to do stuff with, now that there's Bibliocraft. Seriously, this one block. All I'm waiting for. Harden already. Hoi. Oi, 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 oi. Seriously, that's the only block. Harden. I'm running out of things to talk about, dang it. You can tell patience is a virtue of mine. No, so... where was I? Oh, I wanted to even do some things where with Bibliocraft now that has the armor stands, I want to do a couple things where it's like a hazmat, like a detox, not detox, is it detox? Decomp? No, detox room. So like you have two armor stands with hazmat suits, and then there's like a lever and a piston would move and like water would come down and, be like a chemical shower to, in an emergency type of thing. So I had all these funny little ideas to do for making it more of a lab, but I wanted to make it more something like each thing was identifiable and stuff. Seriously, sun's gonna go down. Alright, you know what? We don't need it. I'll just take this one out. I'm so sick of it. Alright. Moment of truth. Crap. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. Oh, wait, I need like a flint and steel, don't I? Fart knocker. I waited all that time and I could have already gone back and gotten one. Dagnabbit. Anyways, my point in all that jibber jabbering, was that Base gave me the idea to color code lighting. So, like, if it's your agricultural experiments, they'd have green light. Or bees might have a yellow or orange lighting. And then he went a step further and was like, you could put the little cage lights above the door, so it would be more like those, alarms in those military bases, the bang, 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 like, kind of like the howler alarms. In this game, actually, but it would have that little, like, swirly cage light type thing, and he was like, you could put them above the door, and it would be like this is an agricultural experiment room, and I was like, you're a genius. Alright, so moment of truth. Booyah! Look at that! Unharmed. What? How cool is that? So yeah, the rumor is true. Construction foam, man. Doesn't hold up to an efficiency 5 advanced drill very well, but check that out. Totally unscathed by a TNT bomb. That's awesome. So yeah, the thing, I thought they would be weaker. That's part of why I was like, it kind of sucks that they're renewable and everything, and it fits all the descriptions because I was talking to Base, and I was like, I wanted it more, being that it's a supposed experiment lab. I wanted it to where if something blows up, it's not gonna die. And then as I started looking into it on the wiki, I was looking up more on how to use it for building and scaffolds and whatnot. And yeah, and then it mentioned like is that a microblock? Can I? Oh, it's yeah, no. Okay, and now we'll go like that. Oh, crap! Crap! No! Don't blow up! Don't blow up! Don't blow up! That's the MFE. I don't know if they'd blow up or not. Whew. Okay. You going? You going? You getting? You getting? Alright. Good beans. Give me that back. And there was that micro... Oh, and I guess it would help if I put the solar panel back. Don't mind me, I know what I'm doing. Sort of. Not really. Don't believe what I say. So, yeah, I was kind of like, I don't really want to use the foam because it's probably going to, like, catch on fire, and I'm thinking foam, like, if it's foam, it would melt, or, I mean, let's be honest, styrofoam and stuff, not all that, even stuff like plaster and drywall and stuff that are more foamy, start one way and they harden into something else, not really all that strong in terms of stuff. And then I started looking up on the wiki, and it was like blast resistance of TNT, and it was kind of a what? Are you serious? Kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really happy with the effects that it's turned out with. This is the white over here. I'm pretty sure I've shown it before, but that might have been a turtle episode. So it looks really lab-like, very much like a Area 51 lab type thing. And the lights, I don't know if they're going to stay white or not. I haven't even talked about the lights, have I? Not much. This was a pain in the butt to figure out, because I didn't actually have this planned out before. This open space was a result of all my quarrying, but I didn't measure it out completely. So to get a light pattern that would work, oh man, terrible, just unbearable. So it's basically, I'm gonna see if I can sum this up. The lights that are running along this way, this middle row is different, so it would be this one, skip, was it 2? So skip this row, and then skip this row, and then over here would be another row that are like this, and it's every 5, so it's like 5 spaces in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another light until you get over here. And this just was because of the dimensions of the wall. It got all screwy and would not work for anything. So the center line here, it has a center 1, 2 to the outside, and then there's 4 between these two, and then the going out from this way is 5. So it kind of starts from the center and goes out both ways. And because there's only 4 between these two, my OCD was kicking in, and I couldn't stand off-centered lamp and then having this block open, so I just put 2 there to even it out. And then once you go to the 5 in between blocks, then there's basically 1 light in the direct center, and that's going to be the pattern for the middle row. As you can see, it goes like that, and then when it gets to the center, you have the 4 block in between, 2 in the center, and then, a triple pattern like this. This ends up going over to the center. I know it's kind of trippy when you see it, like, woo, it's like overkill, but I was going off light level and stuff, and these aren't super bright. They're about the same as glowstone, so it's like I had to put these many to account for like these wrath lamps and whatnot. But this is basically the center, if I've done my measurements correctly. And then the center kind of works the same way. This is still going this way. So you got 4, and then the 2 in the middle. I just added these. I may take them out. I don't know. but the center is then the same pattern as this one over here. I think that's the same pattern. Yeah, that's the same pattern. So it goes like this until it gets to the end. This one, again, the dimensions are different, so when you get going this way, it's every 5 blocks. It was 5 blocks this way, another lamp, 5 blocks that way, another lamp, and it goes over the corner. Now, I did kind of boo-boo, and if you'll notice here, that goes in the corner like it's supposed to, but, oh, what is this? The dimensions are off. Yeah, that's because, oh, my turtle's digging to try and fill this in. But as you can tell, I put this wall up and it was one short, so I came all the way over here. All of this matched up on this line, and I get all the way over here, and I get to the 4th block, and that's the wall. Or this was the wall, so it was like I had 4 in between on the last block. Oh, I was so mad. So I'm moving this wall out by 1. I've got the 1 going there, but I've almost got that done. So basically the center pattern is going to be this way, going like this, and then it'll look like this going that way. And in between each row, so I don't have them set up here, but in between each row, this will have the 2 blocks. I don't have any lamps on me. This will have the 2 blocks, and then the rest of these center ones will have 1 right up. Well, not this one. This row will have 4, or the 2, like that. It'll have the 2 all the way down. Same on this side, and then when you get to these over here, that this is a 5. So on these 5 ones, you'll have like so, where it'll be like this, and it'll go all the way down that way, all the way down that way, and so on and so forth, and then there won't be any torches anymore. Now, this is temporary, I think. I'm just doing it to light everything up, and I don't want to use torches all over the place. And if I can keep this pattern, I may find a way to program it into the turtle, so that it plants all the scaffolding, and then another turtle goes along and like digs out construction foam and puts the lights down type of thing. But it may end up changing as I start putting up walls and making, okay, this is a B room, this is a this room, this is a tank room, UU matter room, sorting room, blah, blah, blah. As I start putting up walls and rooms, these might change. Oh, and I started to say I'm not going to do the 12 floors of 3 high. I'm actually going to do, per base's recommendation, I'm going to do 6 floors of 6 high, so that you'll have a little more breathing room to move around and build. So that's the plan. Moving along, we're getting better. I do plan on doing more on FTB. I'm not gone. I'm not giving up on it. As you can see, I've been working a lot on it, actually. It's just that I can't really build like the fusion reactor and some of my B plans and stuff like that until this is built, because this is where I want to build them, and I don't want to have to build them and then move them. So I apologize that there haven't been more Feed the Beast videos if you guys have been looking for them. It's pretty much just because you have to have the room built before you can furnish it, kind of thing. And it's kind of the same thing. I can't build my machines and contraptions and doohickeys and whatnots and doodads, until I have a place to put them all. So unfortunately, we've talked before that there's no real efficient way to do construction foam with turtles, because the backpack gives you more uses of the foam and it's easier to use, but it requires you to do it manually. So it's been a slow process. This has taken a while to do 1 floor, but what are you gonna do? I may end up doing 1 floor and get a ceiling going and then start building in that floor, and then when it gets filled up or I'm running out of space or it's not convenient or something, then just work on building another floor, or do it in the meantime, that kind of thing, and do as a build construct as you go kind of idea. But so that's the plan. Most of this is set up. I'll just have to do lighting, and then it's pretty much the lighting and ceiling, and then the rest is doing the next floor kind of thing. Because it's going to be 6 high, though, I will most likely end up putting just a one block thick floor, and then putting lights in the floor for the next room, but it'll also act as a ceiling light for the room beneath type of deal. So that's kind of what I've been working on and making progress on. It's definitely coming along. It's looking a lot better than it did before as far as more closer to being done. And the lighting color and locations, all that stuff is temporary at the moment. It's just for lighting purposes, to get a pattern that I can keep. Because I don't really want to use the wrath lamps because they don't really look all that mad science-y. I mean, like, they don't really look like that, come back here. Like, see what I mean? You go for 30 minutes, don't see any of them, they come crawling out of the woodworks. So anyways, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here. I just wanted to give you guys an update as to what was going on and some of the projects that were happening and how this was all looking. This wall is actually done, believe it or not. I did this wall all the way up in, in the foam type of deal. I did write a ceiling script for a turtle to go along and pull out any of the important ores. That worked well. It's very similar to the wall one I used. If you guys want me to do a video on that one, I can do that. Just let me know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we got going on. Once this, I was telling Base the other day that once this gets going, finished, I guess, if you will, once it gets finished or whatever, and I can actually start building in here, I think my videos are going to pick back up again on FTB because I'll have the fusion reactor to build with a walkthrough. That'll probably take an episode or two on how to build it and set it up. Then I want to do some bee projects and build the bee room, and probably have a bunch of episodes just off building rooms and design type of thing. So it's coming along. It's getting there. So we'll be doing more in the future. So I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!